I'm Walt Morris, and I am here with the PDA letter on the issue. I'm here with Robert Dream, a former subcontractor with the FDA, where he conducted GMP inspections and participated in reviews of NDAs and BLAs. Now he is consulting with HDR Company in quality, regulatory submissions, CMC and BLA, manufacturing, and also process validation.
Yes.
And we are here at the PDA Week 2026. Robert, welcome to On the Issue.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure basically being at the PDA annual meeting.
We're really happy to have you here. And anyone who comes on the Issue has to answer some pretty serious questions about our industry. So I'm really happy to have you here, Robert.
Yeah.
You're a real expert. Everyone in our industry knows you. One of the things that's very exciting is you were just on a task force or a technical report team that just now put out their revised document. Technical Report 60, which, as I said, just published, is a very important document from PDA, and you were the co-chair along with Mauro Giusti.
Yeah.
And I know you're very excited about this document, and it is revised. Can you tell our readers what's new in the document?
Well, in the document we included many update of the regulatory issues, FDA, EMA, ICH, and a few others. Basically, we tried to make the document as international as possible so all the PDA members can make use of this in their work environment and their workspace. The document is further included advanced technologies and newer technologies that came on into the market lately, how basically to validate the processes and how to comply with regulatory requirements.
The team worked very hard on this technical report. Can you tell us a little bit about the composition of the team? I know you're very excited about that, and how much effort and how much work really had to go into updating this PDA guidance.
We actually had an international team from all over the world, from a lot of countries, Germany, France, Belgium, USA, United Kingdom, Israel, you name it. We had basically a group that was diversified to include whatever basically internationally required for this effort. We try to avoid basically bringing in the specific of each company that what they do internally. We try to keep it general process validation that's required to get through their BLAs, NDAs, and basically product approval. The way we kind of schedule the team to work on the document, we broke it down into a team for stage 1, a team for stage 2, a team for stage 3, and then we put the additional team that kind of took care of the management of the product, the management of risk assessment, anything that basically does not fall within stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 was an additional stuff that we put in the end of the document that been worked on.
You're also reviewing a PDA points to consider on hold times. How is that project progressing?
That document kind of just starting. The team, it's like there's only a few of us that is old-timers with the PDA. I've been with the PDA for 36 years, and we have a couple people almost as much, but we have a young team that very excited to work on the document, and we're gonna bring in the new, breathe the new life into this industry to basically take the helm forward for the PDA and for the industry.
You know, you make a great point about that. I'm here. We're here at PDA Week, right? 2026.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see a lot of new faces here, and that is exciting, right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exciting, and people
yeah.
are very, very involved. They do participate in the meeting. They ask questions. They make comments.
Yeah.
They bring in their own input into what they experienced at work. So it is very exciting.
Yeah, and you know, Robert, you were telling me one of the issues you've been hearing this week is a really important one. It's the challenges of sterilizing small and large molecule products. And what are the issues you're hearing at the meeting this week, and what more can PDA and the industry as a whole do to address these challenges?
So we had a few tracks that discussed sterility and sterilization issues on small and large molecule, and what basically it takes to sterilize, for example, large molecule that you cannot steam sterilize because you destroy the product, or the molecule is too large to sterilize it through filtration. But that are kind of issues that been in this industry since the 1980s, been there forever and discussed many times. The one thing that we need to bring into the PDA in the coming years, discussing the advanced technologies like ADCs, AOCs, that there are kind of multiple products. For example, AOCs, you take an antibody, you take a linker, and you take an oligonucleotide, and you conjugate those. So you have like one processes for the antibody, which is large molecule. You have a process for the linker, which is a chemical product, which is like kind of small molecule, medium molecule, and then you have the oligonucleotide that is the base is only 303 Dalton, but by the time it becomes the payload, the drug product, you put together about 20 to 60 base pairs. Now it becomes a medium molecule, and then you conjugate that through another process with the linker, then with the antibody, and that become an issue that how you can keep sterility from manufacturing these three different items and then conjugate them, and you keep them sterile to go into a patient.
Exciting.
And this basically a young participant, they were very enthusiastic. They were participating in the discussion, in questions, and they kind of discussed some of their difficulties in what the work they're doing. They were searching for more solution, trying to learn more, that kind of stuff.
And really contributing. And one of the things you're hearing from a lot of participants, not just the younger participants, is this issue or the challenge of sterilizing small and large molecule products. What are the issues here that you're hearing, and what more can PDA and the industry do, to help with this challenge?
Yeah. So we had a few tracks basically discussing the small and large molecule sterility and how to process it. This molecule been in operation, basically in manufacturing since the 1980s or before even. And the small molecule, there is not much difficulties because the molecule is hardy and it's easy to either steam sterilize or filter. The large molecule is the difficulty, which you cannot steam sterilize because you destroy the product. You cannot filter it because it's a large molecule does not go through a 0.2 micron filter. So you have to have other avenues to keep it sterile while you're manufacturing it. But what we have to continue bringing into the PDA in the coming years to train and discuss with the audience on the new technologies, advanced technologies like ADCs, AOCs. There are a product that is a multi-molecule, like you start with an antibody, which is a large molecule, then you have a linker, and then you have the payload, small molecule, and you conjugate those. So you have a process for small molecule, you have a process for a linker, you have a process for the small molecule, and then you have the conjugation. So there is four processes. Now, the payload with the AOCs is like a oligo, for example, it's an oligonucleotide. The base pair for oligonucleotide somewhere around 303 Dalton. It's a very small molecule, but the time become the payload, you kind of put together 20 to 60 pairs to create the payload, and then you connect it to conjugate it with the linker, and then you conjugate with the antibody to make the product for the patient. And now you're having these four processes. You need to keep them sterile because they are injectable or they are infused into the patient, and you don't want basically these products to harm the patient. So this stuff, we need to talk about it in the coming years to kind of let people know what they need to know about these products.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, we're here at PDA Week, as we've mentioned a couple times. You are hot off your session on process validation. It was a very good and a novel session I heard from you. So why don't you tell the PDA letter readers about your session a little bit, and also what you think about PDA Week 2026 in general. So let's start with that session. I was very happy to hear about it.
So the session, we created questions. There were 6 questions. Was discussed as a panel, and we had 2 questions on stage 1, we had 2 questions on stage 2, and 2 questions on stage 3. So we brought up the question one by one, and we let the audience discuss the issues that they had with those questions, and they brought up what difficulties they had. They brought up how they overcome what to do during stage 1 and during stage 2 and during stage 3. And enthusiastically, the participant basically brought, and we told them this session is not recorded, so you don't have to worry about your IP or whatever. So people basically spoke their mind, spoke their difficulty issues they had, they spoke with successes they had, and that made it a lively document. And then we kind of noted the importance point that we're going to publish and send to the people who participated, so they know basically what we accomplished through the 60 minutes of this session. On the PDA side, I think it was very lively PDA week. We had an amazing participation. People were like doing a lot of stuff. They attended the sessions that they were interested in. We kind of participated in happy hours. People participated in dinners, in award session. Basically, we had. It was a great week.
Yeah, and you said it too about the younger folks are here. We have the veterans, the people everyone knows, like everyone knows Robert. So we have the Hal Basemans here, but we also we're seeing a turnover here in the membership, and it's very. I feel the energy. It's very exciting. It's been a very good PDA week, and Robert, you did a lot for us. Always, you got this tech report done. You hosted a session today, and you even took some time to come and talk on the issue for the PDA letter, and I really appreciate it. And it was really good to see you here this year.
Thank you. I've been a member of the active member of the PDA since 1990, August 1990. I still remember the year, the month, and it's been really a good ride throughout those years.
Great.
Yeah.